Welcome to Monday's Co-Mindfulness meditation. Co-mindfulness is the practice of bringing our compassion and attention to other people. This is a term we came up with to describe the art of being mindful while interacting with people in your life, from strangers on the street to our spouses, children, and even our coworkers. Co-mindfulness recognizes that we are, by our very nature, social beings deeply dependent on each other for our well-being and happiness. As numerous studies have shown, the more we give to others, the more joyful and confident we become. We believe our capacity to give and extend compassion to others, which is at the core of co-mindfulness, is the secret to our individual health and emotional well-being, as well as the health and well-being of others. We're thrilled that you are part of our co-mindfulness community. Please share this meditation with others in your life so that this community continues to grow.
Tonight's meditation is called Overwhelmed and Finding Stability. And it's by a teacher by the name of Oren J. Safer. And I did this meditation this morning and found it to be extremely helpful. And I hope you will too. Some of us may be in a hard place right now for whatever reason. And if that's the case, thank you for joining us tonight. And even if you're not in a hard place and are just looking for a moment of peace to end your day, thank you for joining us too. But if you are having a tough time, it's so much better to join up forces with others rather than go it alone. We all get overwhelmed at times. Life has a way of waiting until the worst possible moment for everything to come crashing down. There are ways we can work with our minds to take the edge off of feeling out of control and even find some strength and resources inside. So let's practice tonight together and try to tap into some of those resources. For this practice, find a position that feels comfortable and as easeful as possible. Sit in a way that you can breathe fully and deeply, but still be comfortable. You might sit back in a chair, or you can even lie down if that feels right and comfortable for you. You can gently close your eyes or keep them open if you prefer, but we'll begin the meditation with the ring of the chime as we always do, and end the meditation with the ring of the chime. So let's begin by taking a few slow, deep breaths. You can breathe in through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth, breathing in and breathing out. And when you breathe out, let yourself exhale in a thin, slow stream of air. Breathing in, breathing out. And feel any sense of settling or ease on the exhalation. Let's go ahead and do that 2 or 3 more times. And let your breathing return to normal and begin to feel the weight of your body resting. Notice the places where your body touches the chair or the ground. And whatever has been happening for you, bring your attention to the simplicity of feeling this steady, solid support beneath you for just a moment. Stay with these sensations, feeling your body as you listen to the next part of the meditation. We all need stability in life. We might find this at work, at home, with family. Sometimes we find a sense of stability with our health or even in the sense of our identity, who we are in the world. When things feel out of control, it's as if our fundamental sense of stability gets stripped away. The irony, of course, is that we're actually seeing life more clearly in these times. We were never in control in the first place. Recognizing this is a kind of insight, but if we feel overwhelmed, it's important to reestablish some stability. So, taking some deep breaths and feeling the ground are two ways of finding stability. And just noticing that you can do something to shift your inner state can help with the overwhelm. These are ways you can start to feel some more agency with your experience. Another way to find some balance is to root our attention in our senses. This helps take us out of our head and reduces some of the spin and intensity of any thoughts that may be feeding the overwhelm. So let's try practicing mindfulness of seeing. If you like, go ahead and open your eyes and begin to look around the space where you are. Notice where your eyes are drawn and begin to describe the actual colors and shapes that you see. You can do this just silently in your head. What is it that you see? You can imagine you are an artist studying the scene and naming the actual nuanced details of what you see. Just give your attention to the experience of seeing. And now let's practice mindfulness of the body. I want you to touch something nearby that's relatively pleasant to feel. The soft fabric of some clothing, the smooth surface of a piece of furniture, or if you have a dog nearby, which I have right next to me, um, you can you can touch something and move your fingers and hands slowly over it, giving your full attention to the experience of touch. And when you're ready, turn your attention back inward, feeling the weight of your body, noticing your breath. How do you feel inside now? How does the overwhelm feel now compared to how it was before? Okay, now let's do a couple more practice experiments. Another thing we can do when we feel overwhelmed is to step back and get some perspective to find some space around the emotions. We can't control the world around us, and we can't necessarily control our feelings, but we can have some say over how we relate to our feelings. So go ahead and see if you can shift your attention to the sense of space around your body in the room where you are, even further out, maybe around your house or building, even outside, and maybe even the sky above. Imagine a wide, open, unobstructed space all around you, stretching out in all directions. When we feel overwhelmed, instead of focusing on what's happening or how we're feeling, we can shift our attention to notice the space within and around everything. Transcend some of that space right here and now. Take some time to see what that's like. Okay, so this last tool is counterintuitive, but it's a lifesaver. So far, every tool we've tried has been about shifting our attention away from the overwhelm to create more balance. This is often a really helpful and necessary first step. Once we've regrouped, we can explore turning toward the uncomfortable feelings we are having. Again, it's counterintuitive, but it can really take the edge off. So, however you're feeling right now, let's explore what it would be like to lean into the feelings of overwhelm. Go ahead and turn your attention inward. See if you can find even the smallest amount of space to feel the discomfort. And as you do that, notice what happens. If there's no space available or if it feels like too much, don't force it. Instead, stay with whatever feels less challenging. Remember, whatever you're feeling is completely natural. It's the energy of your nervous system preparing you to meet a challenge. It's also temporary. However uncomfortable it feels right now, however crushing or overwhelming, this too will pass. See what it's like to reflect in this way for just a few moments. You can use any of these tools to find some agency and influence with being overwhelmed. Wherever you are, whatever's happening, you can always pause and take a breath. You can feel the weight of your body or come back to the simplicity of your senses, seeing, hearing, touching. You can open your senses to the space around you. Or if it feels doable, you can lean into the overwhelm itself. Feel it and allow it to dissipate. I hope these tools have been helpful. And I want to end tonight's meditation with a poem by Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends. There is a place where the sidewalk ends, and before the street begins. And there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright, and there the moonbird rests from his flight to cool in the peppermint wind. Let us leave this place where the smoke blows black, and the dark street winds and bends. Past the pits where the asphalt flowers grow, we shall walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and watch where the chalk white arrows go to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk white arrows go. For the children they mark, and the children they know the place where the sidewalk ends. Thank you all, and I hope you have a good evening.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope this meditation brings you peace and calm during this turbulent time.